Hello. I missed a week, kinda. Life stuff happened, came, and still happening, but and school started again, so I'm off by a week, but I'm back. Finishing up the Death Note stealing. This time we're getting the rest of the people. And then we're gonna move into backgrounds, stealing some backgrounds. The people it's been a while since I did these, so I don't really remember much about them. So I'm probably not gonna talk much about these, but I did the backgrounds just very recently, so I can maybe talk about some stuff about that. But for now, then I'll talk about other stuff that's been happening, but not about the live stuff or about school stuff because I'm back at school. But instead, more Kingdom Hearts stuff. So beat one, I think I talked about that last time, but now we finally moved on to Chain of Memories, and it's awful, and I hate it. It's a really awful game. That's about it. But I guess to talk more about it, for its time, it probably was pretty neat. Being a little Game Boy Advanced game, I think it's supposed to be. I think that's what it was originally. It seems like it was kind of cool, probably then, to even have a Kingdom Hearts on your little Game Boy Advance. I mean, it works, kinda. I'm playing Chain of Memories on the PS5 or whatever, with like the new fancy edition. So it's like all 3D and stuff. And I know that the original one was just like pixel art mostly, and you can kind of tell that it's a very weird Kingdom Hearts. Like a lot of the cutscenes are just text, and I'm pretty sure there wasn't really any dialogue in the original because they couldn't have it. So they like made new dialogue for this one, which is fine, just Kingdom Hearts stuff. But it's still like an all right game. But it's a pretty bad Kingdom Hearts now compared to all the other ones. So I kind of just hate it. It's really annoying. Really not fun to play, especially just from coming from one, and like I had a lot of problems with playing or 1.5. I had a lot of problems playing 1.5 and like how the game just kind of worked and played. I kind of found it really annoying in a lot of times, and it's cool. It was definitely the groundworks of the Kingdom Hearts series, and it still felt like what it is now. Like why people still like to play it now is because it feels good to play. It's a fun game to just kind of mess around in. But Kingdom Hearts 1 was like, it was kind of just really button mashy easy, not a lot of anything else to it. But this Chain of Memories, it's really awful. I hate how the cards work. I don't know, it's just everything's tied to these cards, which was cool for like the original game, but now it's awful. And I really wish instead of remaking this one, they kind of just remade 358 because I really like 358. You know what? We'll never get that. But I have not beaten the game yet. It's not very long at all, it seems like. I feel like for this game, since I never played before, and I was kind of just like, I just want to get through them now. Because I'm playing these to show my girlfriend the games because she never played any of them, and I haven't played most of the Kingdom Hearts. So I'm trying to show her the Kingdom Hearts games. So for this one, since I didn't really know much about it, and I was like, I don't think I want to try that hard. I just put it on, I think, beginner difficulty. I think it's like either the easiest or one from the easiest. I don't really remember which, but I think it's like beginner or something. And so just kind of been going through it, and I feel like I could beat the game almost at like level 20 or something. It's like really fast. You just kind of just keep going through doors, slapping cards down, throwing away cards, going through a door, go to the next level, go to the door, go to the next level. At least that's pretty cool. It's pretty fast to beat, at least on the easy difficulty. So I've gotten pretty far in, I think, but haven't beaten it yet. I think I'm close. I know there's like, it has all the worlds from the first game. I imagine at the very end it's gonna be like you have to do one more world that wasn't shown before, and it's Castle Oblivion or whatever. So I'm on like I have like one more world left, which is like monster or something, and then I imagine I'm gonna have to like finish the castle, and then hopefully the game will be over. So it wasn't very long, but it was kind of just annoying, and it's kind of weird with the way it's set up. The fact that you can kind of pick whichever world you want at the very beginning, I feel like it's kind of a cool idea for the player to just do whatever they wanted with a Game Boy Advance game that like probably didn't really care too much about when they were making. But you know, like actual story wise or game wise, because of that, none of the levels are exactly modified to a certain difficulty. I feel like they're just kind of scaled, so none of them are too hard. Not a lot of happens with the story in each level. It only really happens in between each like world or whatever, or level. So it's kind of boring and annoying and stupid and a grog to get through, but at least it's really fast, it feels like, for now. So I guess all those things aren't that bad because it's going pretty fast. It's a neat idea, but definitely 358 would have been way cooler. But you know, that's just what I've been kind of doing on the side. I really haven't played it that much. I kind of just like, I would play it a little bit every day, like level up like once or twice, and then to show my girlfriend, I would just like kind of speed run through like the actual world maps things. I don't know what to call them in this game. Memories. And it would, I like in 1 hour I did like 3 worlds almost. So like it wasn't that much time, but it's all right, I guess. Yeah, that was probably about it for the Kingdom Hearts. I guess I'll start talking about the drawings more now. I really don't remember these ones still. This might be the last one, maybe. I think the last one was like, guess not, was an L drawing. It's been a while from these. I saw a couple things in the like before that I could have talked about, but it's too late, too far gone. But you see, these ones take like not too long. I think I did about like 10 of them a day. Usually it was about like 5 to 10. But these, okay, for this first one, to explain, I gave up. That was about it. I gave up. For the second one, I tried a bit harder, and then I was like, I figured out a lot about backgrounds. That a lot of it is just copy and pasting, and I figured out how to use the straight line tool and holding down like a finger, like one finger on the screen to make a line straight on Procreate and like stuff like that. I use that a lot. So those two just went by in a flash, but I learned a lot from them, but they kind of sucked. That's kind of the thing for these first couple ones. So this one, I was trying a lot harder, but I screwed it up. There it is at the top, messed up, so I gave up. But at the very end there, I don't know if you kind of saw it, I figured out how to do skies though. I really liked the sky in that last one. So from that one, okay, at least I learned from the past two. The first one I learned, okay, this is hard and stupid. The second one I learned, okay, it's a lot about, what did I even learn from that one? A lot of copying and pasting. The third one I was like, okay, use a lot of lines, and then I learned how to use the sky. This one I tried a bit harder, still freaked up. I learned to pay more attention, to count things out a bit more, like trying to get the scale of things in mind. I think from this one also I kind of like realized like, okay, when there's people in there, I should try to definitely use them as like a scale for other things. But a lot of times I have to change the size of stuff in this one, and later on I don't do that as much. I kind of get a better idea of to do that. So as you can see from all these, I was learning stuff. This is like the first time I've ever done anything like this, backgroundy stuff like this ever. I've kind of drawn people, you can kind of seen it before, but I've never really done like backgrounds like this intricate. I've done other pictures before with backgrounds, but like just stuff like this with perspective, and it's actually good and thought out, is much different, especially like black and white inking kind of style. Very different, but it definitely helped out a lot. And this is when the background thing came back into place. I think from this one I learned like, oh, I should do the backgrounds first because it's in the back. And then I don't really follow that ever, but then I kind of just realized like it's kind of depends on the what time. Oh yeah, there I was learning shapes of the leaves. I was trying out different brushes. I was like figuring out, I was like, you know what, I don't want to stick to one brush for this. I can change things. So I kind of messed around with some brushes there you saw for a bit, and I found one that looked like leaves. I messed around with that for a while, and that's kind of my new leaf brush that I've been using. So that was pretty cool. I found like a really easy, simple inking leaf brush thing. Just kind of, I put down some black, I erase some of it, and then I usually go back in with the, what is the one I use? The regular line one is called like syrup or something. I use that for like the lines. And I'll go back in usually with that afterward and like kind of erase and draw some more leaves by hand. This part sucks. Not all detail. I think that was about like me saying like I ignore the big detail. I like just kind of draw what it looks like, something like that. I don't remember. I wrote a couple notes on some of these, and they're much more legible than usually they are. This one I think was pretty good. This is when they started getting good, so that's pretty good. Sorry about audio as usual. I don't know if it's good right now. It's been a while for me with recording a bit, and you know, life's gone a little crazy, so hopefully this sounds good. Things have changed a bit, but it should sound all right, hopefully. So this one actually ends up turning pretty good. At this point, they got a lot better from the very first one that I literally just gave up on. I kind of forgot about that I did that. I probably should have gone back and fixed it, but you know, live and learn, as Sonic says. This one was a lot of weirdness. I should probably also say, yeah, like all these ones I picked kind of randomly, but I also kind of picked backgrounds that are very different, unique, had things that were cool or interesting. This one, as you can kind of tell from what's going on here, had a lot of this grunge. He was like in a really old abandoned school or building or something. That's what the characters are doing. They went to this weird abandoned school, hang out for a second and talk and stuff. So it was a really destroyed looking place with all this hatching and stuff everywhere. So I picked this one because of that. Really wanted to try out all this hatching and stuff. Very long vertically, I guess. I always get confused with vertical and horizontal. Never learned them in my school age, so I'm stupid. Here I messed up. You'll see it later. But they start getting a bit better. Each one gets slightly better. I think this is the one I learned. I was like, I should do the background first, maybe. Or this is the one where I just forgot about it, and then later on I was just like, you know what, I guess it doesn't matter, and it's more important about like what depends on what's going on in the picture, kinda. I guess I did do it first. Yeah, there you go. I also learned it helps to draw the people in first, but this one, I got a lot of the perspective and like the sizing of things weird. So after this, I kind of used my hands and my brain to think about it a bit more when I was like copying it from the book. Yeah, because I guess if you didn't watch part 1, you should. And if you did, then you'll remember this is all copied from the Death Note Black book edition, volume 1, whatever. So yeah, that's where all these were copied from. Not original. I stole. This is stealing. All this is stealing. So I kind of used my stylus as like a ruler and like measured the page, and then kind of used that for the tablet, and then that kind of helped with proportions, I think, after this one. For this one though, I made a little grid that you can see there. That was the holy grid. For this picture, pretty much any time you just see that thing get slapped down, it's the same grid. Slightly messed around, slightly like tweaked and messed with. But if you kind of just heard what I literally just said, it's the same grid. Some things, in particular one thing, it's really messed up because I used the same grid for everything, which I shouldn't have. And I learned my lessons that if the grid is the same looking, kind of, there it is, that's the one that's messed up. As you can see, I kind of like messed with it for a bit, and it looked like pretty simple, but I went back and forth with that one for a while, and then it looked really bad. I think at the bottom I wrote dang because it sucked. But I use that grid for like everything else, every like fence and mesh and everything else in that one, and then using it for the glass panes, it wasn't the same size, and I thought I can kind of just reshape it into the right sizes of windows, but it didn't look right, and it looked really weird. And because it was so small, when I expanded it outward, the lines got really thick, so it just looked really weird. and it didn't look as bad like at the end, but compared to like the real picture, it did look bad. So you know, whoops. And for that I learned that at that one. So I was like, aha, I'll use different grids kinda, and then I already screwed it up. If you know this picture, I might put the pictures on screen. I was just thinking about that. It sounds like a lot of work, kinda. Not really. It just sounds annoying to do, but I'll try to put the pictures on screen or something. Or if you really want, you can just go buy the book. It was pretty cool actually. Death Note's a good one. I was kind of reading it sometimes while I was drawing. Every once in a while, I'd read a couple pages and go, "Wow, this is a good story." This one turned out all right, but the back wall, that huge grid, it's supposed to be bricks, and bricks don't line up that perfectly. So I messed that one up. Every other, like, what is it, column or row, whichever one goes horizontally, supposed to be slightly like slanted to the left or to the right, as bricks usually do. They don't all align in a straight line. I'll probably put a picture of some bricks on screen. So yeah, that last one was messed up, but this one, I think it's all right. Kinda. It looks interesting. I kind of gave up for one part, like near the very end, but you know, I tried. I tried really hard still. Sorry for strobing. I don't know. Oh yeah, I use color fill sometimes. I use color fill a lot of times actually. I learned that too. I was like, oh, I can just color fill. Like if I just kind of get the outline, I can just color fill the rest. So I do that sometimes. So yeah, that kind of helps speed up the process. That was literally most of this. Most of this all these like background drawings, I was like learning how to draw faster. It was really cool and neat. And I was learning, you know, how to draw the skies, how to draw trees, how to do buildings, just copy windows and squares. Obviously a lot of this, it's probably just real stuff that the artist saw like in real life, I imagine, because it's all based in real Tokyo or Japan, not just Tokyo, like the whole place, I think. Or maybe it is, I don't remember. So a lot of these places are probably pretty real. So yeah, it's as simple as literally just go look at a thing, go look at something, and then once you kind of know what like you want that place to look like, you can kind of mess with it a little bit with your artist imagination, and then just slap a bunch of lines together. And this is the last one, I'm pretty sure. It was the biggest one. It was a cover. I think it's a cover for a chapter. Went back and forth with a couple decisions for the last one with my girlfriend because I wanted it to be like show a lot of skill and be intricate and cool and stuff, and I picked a couple of different ones. I let her pick and choose, and then this one was decided. It's a very weird cover compared to the other covers in Death Note. If you go look up like Death Note art, you'll see like 99% of the art that you're gonna see, those are all like the covers, and they all look really cool, and they're like usually L or the girl or some other character like in front of skulls and demons and floating and awesome, and looks really cool and awesome. And then this is one of the covers too, I think, for some reason. It still looks good. It's just, it looks like an actual just like panel in the story. So it's kind of weird compared to the other covers, but I liked it. So I'm copying it. That's that. We got to it, and that was about it. That's about it for the Death Note. For this one, this video, I am not gonna put the whole Procreate thing at the end. I just don't feel like it no more. I don't know. I guess I just kind of thought about it and I was like, it's not necessary. So, you know, that was about it. You can go back and watch the other one if you want the full package, I guess. But up next, I was thinking of, you know, a couple different awesome things. I think I talked about them. It's probably stuff like Vagabond, Berserk, One Punch, maybe something else. I know there's a couple other pretty good artist things. A lot of people on TikTok, you can go on there and you'll see all the mangas and stuff that people say are good. Most people are delusional, but yeah, so you'll see which one I pick. Probably the actual good ones like Vagabond, probably something like Vagabond, because I really like Vagabond's art style. You know, we'll see. So thanks for watching. This one's coming to an end now. Had a bit of a struggle at first because there was a lot of detail, but you know, got through it. So, you know, thanks. Oh, I never did do that. There's supposed to be words on the bus thing. Sorry. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next art steal. Maybe original stuff soon, maybe life. Bye bye.